Welcome to a continuing coverage of the India AI Impact Summit. One of the major conversations that every country is having, including India, is how to upskill your population for the future. Job displacement is a real worry. Can we upskill our workforce to be AI ready? And who better to have this conversation with than Jayant Chaudhary, Member of Parliament and Union Minister for Skill Development and Entrepreneurship. Thank you very much, Minister, for joining us here in our CNBC-TV18 studio. Last few days, there's been a lot of brainstorming happening. How will India double down on skill development and upskilling the population for the future?
No, I think this summit really brings those questions to the fore. Every Indian today, after this event, the way it has made AI approachable, the way it has made it aspirational for every Indian citizen. Every citizen today is thinking about AI, how they can use it for the betterment of their lives, their work, their efficiency. And if you look at the tagline of the event, it's Savjan Hitai Sarjan Sukhai. And for me, when you are happier, when you're happier when you're rooted in your community, when you are happy in your family, when you're working better, effectively, more efficiently, and when your services as a citizen are in your reach. I think AI has an impact on all of these varied ways. From governance to health to agriculture, every sector is going to be impacted. And I think this is where education and skilling becomes very important. So therefore, AI in education and education in AI. So when I say AI in education means what is the impact of these tools at a policy level? How do we account for it? How can we change our curriculum? How can we make it more dynamic, oriented to what industry of today and tomorrow really demands from us?
Right.
Whether it's in the ITI, it's a polytechnic, it's a higher educational institution, or it's a school.
Yeah.
And the second impact is your teacher aids, your learning outcomes. There's so many different edtech solutions that are out there. Can we try and broad-base them and give them a platform? Right. Which is why IIT Madras was given the Center of Excellence of AI in agriculture, in education, and they're thinking about creating a full stack in education.
Yeah, I would also like to ask you, there have been some opinion coming in that children from class 3 onwards should be taught how to use AI. As the Skill Development Minister, what's your view to the Education Ministry, so to say? When should our children actually start being taught artificial intelligence? How should our curriculum change for the future?
Well, no educational program on AI which is targeted to the young people can ignore the whole aspect of the ethics of it and how to use AI tools, understand them responsibly. Currently, we just engaged in one of the Guinness records was created on a whole campaign around responsible use of AI. So I think we are very cognizant of that and sensitive to that and sensitive also to the concerns of the parents. But these are tools that our young people need to be very savvy and need to understand at a very young age. We've just launched on Skill India Digital Hub about 6 months ago, quite a mass program called Skilling for AI Readiness. And of course, there's varying degrees of complexity in the courses that are offered. And the courses have been provided by NASSCOM or HCL or Microsoft. We're trying to launch 50 more courses that are freely available to everyone. But the target audience is from your 6th grade onwards. So even people who are in the informal sector, they need to reskill themselves. They need to tool themselves properly. So though it's an online course, it's a 15-hour course, it is creditized. And that is one way of providing AI skills at scale. Also, the higher education website, Swayam portal, has a lot, hours and hours and hours of content and courses that are freely available. This is an opportunity, this is a time where every young person needs to engage with these issues.
Right. Any project which is personally close to your heart that we will possibly see being rolled out from the ministry in 2026 or maybe in 2027 in terms of skilling our population?
See, PM Setu is the first time 60,000 crore, huge outlay is committed to revitalizing and reimagining our industrial training institutions. If you look at the Indian context, I don't believe you're going to get fully automated factories in India. it doesn't fit what we need to do. Doesn't fit our socioeconomic profile, our large, talented, skilled workforce base. So therefore, it is going to be the augmented worker on the factory floor who's going to work alongside AI and robotics. For that, need a whole amount of retooling. So our fitters, our welders, our plumbers, our electricians, all those traditional trades, what we considered blue collar, and maybe that tag can be done away with now. The white collar, blue collar distinction will go away with time, because everyone is engaging with technology. Everyone can become a creator. Everyone can become, their ideas can grow big and scale. But I think those are the skills that we need to invest in, and therefore the PM Setu scheme, which we are still starting out. It's in partnership with our states. And the strongest element is that we are not looking at the ITIs as isolated educational institutions. Our industry, our MSMEs, our local economy needs to engage with these institutions. So the scheme provides for that. The scheme gives that flexibility so that industry can co-create curriculum, and they can be part of the governance of these institutions.
Right. Also, to ask you about, of course, the government is carrying out a lot of programs on artificial intelligence, but when it comes to regulating, there are a lot of ministers from foreign countries who've come and said that we need to think about how it impacts our children. We need to regulate big tech to make sure the AI doesn't turn hostile or blackmail our women and children. What is the government's current thinking on governance around AI?
I think we are still starting out. Our policy has been one of collaboration, of openness, and with guardrails, with privacy concerns. We need to ensure that the language models that get developed don't have biases. They represent Indians, our unique context, our languages, our problems, our challenges get addressed using our own index solutions. And that's why, from the beginning, the effort has been to start to create an ecosystem of support for our startups. You know, our AI mission has been very proactive, and it's a unique model where whatever compute facility we have, it is open source, it is available for researchers, for academicians, housed in our educational institutions, and for startups at a very small entry point, very small ticket price. Our startup ventures who want to train their models, who want to test out their products, have access to that compute facility.
My final question would be, you must have seen how the IT stocks globally have been impacted because of AI models that the likes of OpenAI, Anthropic are launching. There is one big AI development. It rattles IT stocks all around the world, especially legacy players. So there is a question about skilling there. How concerned are you about the preparedness of our IT industry in terms of skilling for the future? What would be your message today to them from this platform?
See, there are concerns because largely there's some debate on vibe coding and the power of that every individual can become a creator. You don't need to have huge IT teams. Every enterprise can have that in-house capability to provide solutions. I do feel a lot of customization and contextualization is required. Every workflow cannot be automated overnight, cannot be created by an agent. There will be many agents housed in every large corporate enterprise. I feel our Indian industry, IT industry, already has strong relationships, strong distribution for their product portfolio. It's very easy for them to pivot. They need to invest more in research and harness those relationships.
Okay, and very quickly, do you have any kind of ballpark figure as to how many engineers we would need, AI engineers we would need in future to make future foundation models?
See, this is one of the challenges. We still don't know the complete picture. We are still teaching coding, we're still teaching programming software, languages, and strong emphasis on STEM is required. I do believe our research base, our capacity to have innovation is going up multifold, and we've created that ecosystem. We're trying to fund it. We also need the private sector to be a partner in this, and we need to encourage more deeper thinking, deep research, deep technology. So I'm very confident every Indian can be part of that data set.
All right, Mr. Chaudhary, thank you so much for being with us here in our CNBC-TV18 studio, giving us your view on how we need to upskill our population for the future and what your ministry is doing about that.
Thank you. And in the end, I just say it is the best time to be young and be Indian today.
All right, so it's the best time to be young and it's best time to be an Indian right now. That's a message from the Minister for Skill Development, Jayant Chaudhary. Back to you in the studios. Our coverage of the AI Summit continues.